Our first guest has been playing and teaching guitar, mandolin, and ukulele a long, long time. He is a self-described doggy daddy to Tiki, a longtime member of the Community Church of Chapel Hill UU, and will eat anything you put in front of him except for anchovies and turnips, and preferably not together, I would imagine. Please join me in welcoming Danny Gotham.
Bring on the anchovies and turnips. Yay.
Welcome, Danny. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Glad to have you with us.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I can't think of a finer way to spend a couple hours than to look at myself in a computer monitor. I just think life is complete now, so.
There you go. It's living.
Yeah.
So speaking of, I know that for a lot of performers, COVID-19 has definitely had an impact. So you want to share some of the other ways you've been kind of sitting in front of some screens with your music of late?
Well, unfortunately, I teach primarily for my living, so the performing thing doesn't affect me as much as some of my comrades. A lot of people I know that are full-time performers are really hurting very badly now. So I'm very lucky in that regard that I can continue to teach. But I've gotten very good at teaching, online. I enjoy it actually. And of course, we meet up at church on Sunday morning, and we go to the coffee hour, virtual coffee hour at 11, and so I have happy hours, you name it. So I think I'm doing okay,
Yeah, you've done some performances for Southern Village.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a music series there. There's been one there for 18 years, and I run it. I've been doing that since 2002, and I live here. It's right across the street, so it's pretty easy for me to do it. So, and we're doing that online this year. Obviously, we can't do it outdoors, so we're doing it online. So it's going pretty well.
Yeah, and if folks want to find that, where can they look for that?
Just go to Facebook and look for Southern Village, and you'll see right there. The page has like the performances on Sundays and Fridays at 7 p.m. We're doing those through the end of July.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, did you play us a song? What do you have for us?
Sure. Yeah, I had an idea. I want to do, there's a song that I love dearly. It's called Old Smoothies. It's a song that was written by Steve Goodman, who was one of my favorite songwriters. He's best known for writing City of New Orleans. And so the story is, this song was written by Steve Goodman about his grandparents, and they were ice dancers. They lived in Chicago. And when the hockey team was on the road, they would do these kind of ice folly shows, and his grandparents were ice dancers as part of that. So it's just a sweet song. It's called Old Smoothies. So I'll give it a go. Here it goes. Ready? Well, my grandpa used to take us down to the ice skating show at the local hockey arena when the Blackhawks were on the road. Cheer for the clowns in their costumes, beautiful figure ballet, the former Olympic champions as a spin on a frozen spray. But there was one moment in that whole spectacular show. The band would strike up a quiet waltz, turn all the lights way down low. Old smoothies, two old people on skates, sequined septuagenarians doing their figure eights. How they glide round that arena, so serene and sublime. They have been the old smoothies very, very long time. So where did they get the stamina? And how did they stay in such shape? Well, I bet it took the lion's share of liniment, pride, and tape. See, my grandpa would smile as the smoothies would glide and then pirouette. Then he would reach for my grandma's hand. Grandma's eyes got wet. The spotlight stayed on the smoothies as they circled the ice and bowed before 15,000 pocket fans, naughty dry in the crowd. Old smoothies, two old people on skates, sequined septuagenarians, doing their figure eights. How they glide round that arena, so serene and sublime. They had been the old smoothies for a very, very long time. There you go.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you.
So Danny has offered to stick around and give us another song toward the end of the show as well. So our next performer joined us earlier and was patient enough to hang in here again and offer up one more song for us. And we're going to hand it over to Danny Gotham yet again.
He's back. More fun, more musical mirth and merriment. All right. So I thought, I was sitting here thinking, you know, how can I follow Mary singing? You know, I mean, that was crazy. Like, holy cow. I mean, but anyway, I'm going to sing one. And I thought I was either going to do something that was sweet and swingy or funny and bluegrassy. And I'm going with the funny bluegrassy one. Okay. It's just a great song. I sing this for a lot of kids, but adults love it too. And it goes like this. I am my own grandpa. I am my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I am my own grandpa. Many, many years ago, when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her, soon the two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother, 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. This little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so he was my uncle, though that made me very sad. For if he is my uncle, then that also makes him brother to the widow's lovely daughter, who of course is my stepmother. Father's wife then had a child which kept them on the run, and he became my grandchild 'cause he was my father's son. My wife, she is my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now if she is my grandmother, then I am her grandchild. Every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband to my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I am my own grandpa. I am my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. There you go.
Nice. You're like, I'm just going to take it in an entirely different direction.
Okay.
And that's fun. I mean, it's just a hilarious song.
Well, I wrote it out on a flow chart once, and it all works out.
It was funny. I was trying to keep track of it in my head as you were going. I was trying to think of where you started. And I think I've heard you sing this before, but I didn't take the time to really follow it through. But this time, I'm gonna time around. So
Okay.
that's awesome. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us.
You bet. You bet. All right. See ya. Take care.